Welcome back to the channel, PulseChain, HEX Tribe, PulseChain family. What's going on, everybody? We're going to talk about whatever you guys want today. Ask me anything. We got our first little dipperoni in the PulseChain price like we've been talking about for the past 2 years. So if you were surprised by that, welcome to crypto. This is only a 60% dip off all-time highs. So if you're complaining, you're not going to make it. If you're buying, I don't give financial advice, but I would look at this personally as an attractive buy opportunity. If you believe that PulseChain, PulseX, HEX, the trifecta has a bright future ahead of it, unless you think it's all just going to go to zero. And if you want to listen to the articles online and fall for the FUD, you're probably spending too much time on Twitter. But if you want to listen to that stuff, you want to listen to the losers that never made $1 in their life, never started a business, never got rich in crypto. It's amazing to me. There's guys that have been in crypto for 7+ years and still haven't made a whole bunch of money yet. And it's like, you've been here for more than 2 cycles. Like, what have you learned? Nothing, And these same people will just sit around and complain as to why they're jealous when they see other people making it, other people getting rich. But not you guys, right, chat? Not you. We're the savvy investors over here. We buy the dips. We think long term. We hold for the long term. We definitely don't worry about a dip that's happened in the past 9 days. Okay. So you want to talk about dips. This is a 9-day-old dip, 60% in 9 days. That's par for the course, guys. What more do you want me to say? The price you pay for the extreme gains in cryptocurrency is extreme volatility. That's the price you get paid. That's the game you're playing. Crypto objectively is the highest appreciating asset class in the history of mankind. I'll say this over and over until you guys get it, until I can beat it into your heads, because for the new guys, it's important. A lot of you guys, it seems like, I'm not talking about chat. I'm talking about just the garbage I see on the internet, mostly Twitter. I mean, God forbid that. It's a dark place sometimes. But a lot of these people just don't seem to realize that crypto is the most volatile asset class of all time. And so what do we mean when we say the price you pay for the mad gains is the extreme volatility? Well, you think it's just easy? You think you just buy crypto early and it goes up and to the right in a straight line forever? Because that's what some of you guys are apparently thinking. You couldn't be more wrong. So anyone thinking like that, I've got a 4-letter acronym for you guys. It's NGMI, stands for not going to make it. But for all you watching, you're in the right place at the right time. And we've got a different acronym for people like us. It's got 5 letters instead. It's called WAGME. We're all going to make it. We're all going to make it, guys. What's going on in the chat? Jared Mishinsky, Mishiaski. Well, the losers cry, the winners buy. That is correct. Andrew, this is like Mad Greta Thunberg moment. What's up, Kaiza? What's up, D-Raj? What's up, RH Max? Wild SJ, great to see you. Red Squirrel, Robbie, the usual suspects in the chat. Bufo on the beat, MT Coiner, Dixon Cider. Let's see. Well, guys, Hex Zibit, Alex Santos. We've got a whole full chat. We've got people pouring in already. Yeah, I'm going to leave some time for questions for the majority of this stream. I just want to kind of reiterate the same point that I've been banging on this drum for the past, my entire YouTube existence, okay, which is just long-term holding beats short-term trading. So if you're one of those guys staring at the chart every minute of every day and you wake up and you see a big red candle, that's crypto. Crypto has big red candles, but guess what? In the long run, it has bigger green candles. And if you're not holding your position or building your bag right now, you're not going to capture any of those green candles. If you need to wait for a 10x to happen from here until you have the confidence and the balls to buy, well, you're going to miss out on 10x the gains. You're going to get baby little weak-handed gains. And that's an order of magnitude, right? A 10x is an order of magnitude. So when prices are low, when prices are near or even below what they were for sacrificers, look, right now you can get PulseX at a 40% discount to sacrifice. Right now you can get PLS at 33% over sac, which is, for people that don't know, that's kind of like the entry price that pre-sale people effectively got in at. And yeah, we rocketed up for a week and then we went down for a week. And typically the dips aren't lower than the pumps. But look, if you're scared about a 60% retracement, you need to leave this game right now. And if you look at this as an opportunity, then you guys should be celebrating. I mean, this is an opportunity for buying at potentially lower than people like even myself got in at. I didn't even play the sacrifice game right. My net sacrifice price, guys, was about 9,000 PLS per dollar. 9,000 PLS per dollar. So I didn't even get that 10,000 level. So really, I got a worse deal because I sacked on the first day, I sacked on the second day, But then I tried to wait till the last day to sacrifice on one of the last days. And that brought my overall average down. But I'm not crying about it because I'm still up massively, considering that the HEX that I put into the sacrifice phase was 20x higher in USD price. People don't understand that. When we sacrificed and put in coins, that was near the top of a bull market, meaning that coins, when priced in USD value, were about 20x higher. HEX was 20x higher than it is right now. So I sacrificed, a smaller bag of HEX that was 20x in price, meaning I have on paper USD value right now. It's as if I effectively have 20x the coins, okay, that I would have been able to buy with that same amount of HEX today. Because the sacrifice points that you got were based off of the USD dollar value of the coins you put in at the time. And all the prices were 20x higher. So it saved a lot of people, right? It saved a lot of people that would have, and also did, ride the prices all the way down 99%, myself included, right? I am eternally grateful that we had the sacrifice phase in a bull market, because I took money off the table to invest in Pulse and PulseX at the ground floor when the US dollar of my investment was 20x the price. And of course, I held the rest of my bag down, and yeah, the rest is history. We all know how that worked out. But I'm 100% staked right now, just waiting for the bug to get fixed. The PulseX mini bug that everyone's crying and bitching and moaning about. It's really not that big of a deal, guys. It's like, I actually don't even think people really are crying about the bug. I think the only people complaining about the bug were people that didn't have liquidity positions open anyway, or that didn't have PulseChain anyway, that really just wanted to hate on Pulse from the sidelines. It's always the guys on the sidelines. The guys in PulseX, myself included, I didn't actually lose any money from that bug. Long story short, what happened was liquidity providers were making a bunch of INC token, but instead of getting also, in addition to INC token, the liquidity provider fees they were supposed to get, all those fees were instead going to buy and burn and effectively pump up the price of PulseX to support the price of PulseX. So anyone that's not a liquidity provider that's a PulseX holder is probably actually happy about that. I mean, you should be happy you had quadruple the buy and burn energy going into your coin. I mean, I am too, because I'm a net holder of PulseX as well. And guys, I hold a lot more than I liquidity provide, but a lot of you guys learned the hard way about impermanent loss and what it really is. And yeah, I suffered some impermanent loss, but look, I ended up with more of the coin I wanted, which was PLS, and less of the coin that I wanted less of, which is PulseX, because I put in my position at a lower ratio of about 4-1, and PulseX went up to about 2-1. That was the ratio that worked out for me. I kind of figured I'd suffer impermanent loss, but I was happy to take people's PulseX, or to give people my PulseX in exchange for their PLS, because in the short term, I want to be a little bit heavier balanced on the PLS side personally, because right now my bags are weighted a little bit too heavy on the PulseX side. Why? Just because the PulseX SAC came out after the PulseSAC. And of course, like most of you out there, I just went heavier into PulseX because it came second, because I had more time to think about it. And all that economic energy that I wish I had put into Pulse in addition to my original SAC, I kind of put that into PulseX instead. So a little bit of rebalancing going on, not to mention my INC rewards personally outweighed any lack of liquidity provider fees, actually by a long shot. When I did all the math, it turns out on paper, I'm up in all senses of the word. I'm sure a lot of you guys are too, which means people are wondering why are we dipping? That's exactly why. It's because early people like myself, well, we could see some of them selling. Some guy sold 2 billion PLS the other day. Not going to name names, but a lot of people see that one big holder sells and then they freak out and they sell too. When really, you want the money to flow from the hands of the impatient to the hands of the patient. If you're just going to get scared by every little dip you see on the 15-minute candle, you are not cut out for this game. And I think a lot of people are learning that they're just not cut out. But you need to learn and adapt, okay? You can fortify your emotions. You can do better, get better sleep, get a hobby, step away from the charts, get off of Twitter. There's so much you can do to manage your emotions and allow yourself to think long-term, which is what the winners are doing, okay? Take note. Take note of the people that are actually winning in crypto, not the people that got in at the top of the last bull market pretending to know everything, right? It's a classic trope. Hey, I just got to crypto. I'm here to fix everything. I've been in crypto for 8 years. All right. Don't listen to these plebs out here. Hexagon Bull, what's up? Or Hexagon American, how you doing? Johnny Pineway. EHEX, PHEX pair, it's not worth it. No, that's not true at all. I think it's very worth it. I'm going to wait till the INC rewards come back, though, because right now I'm 100% staked. Look, guys, staking your HEX is almost certainly better than liquidity providing unless you have a giant stack of HEX. Okay. You're not going to beat 25, 35, up to 50 or 60% APY for longer term stakes. I mean, 15-year stakes by the time they're due could effectively triple the number of coins you have in HEX terms. So I'm not saying everybody go out and do a 15-year stake, but to all the lemmings that rushed in to do a complicated liquidity strategy that they didn't understand. What did I say in my last liquidity provider video? This is a strategy that is advanced, that you need to be prepared for impermanent loss, and it's typically only done by whales with larger dollar values. 95% of people are not cut out for liquidity providing. A lot of people didn't listen to that. They emergency end staked their HEX, trying to chase short-term gains in INC terms. Some of them didn't even know that there were penalties for emergency end staking. Some people lost all their HEX. I saw it on Whale Chart. Follow at Whale Chart on Twitter. He follows everybody. He basically, it's a bot that scavenges the blockchain, and it'll show you when someone emergency end staked, how much HEX did they lose. And that was the problem with the INC rewards on the HEX EHEX pair, is that, you know, if I was Richard, or if I was Brett, or if I was one of the developers and I saw everybody messing up so hard and losing all their HEX to go chase baby little gains in INC, we're talking about people with, you know, less than 1 million HEX, 100,000 HEX, 200,000 HEX. That's not really enough HEX to really be making significant gains anyway. Yeah, sure, you'll make some INC token, but in terms of trading fees, you might make $20, $50, $100 after 6 months, and you basically expose yourself to impermanent loss. So again, for bigger players or people that understand that we want high volume, low volatility when we're looking at trading pairs to liquidity provide for. And if all that sounds like Greek to you, you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it. But look, you do whatever you want. I'm not here to give any financial advice. You're free to wreck yourself. It's a free open market. That's the beauty of it. So yeah, a lot of HEX was burned effectively and distributed back to stakers. People that are new to HEX don't understand this, but when you emergency end stake your stake in HEX, there are massive consequences. If you don't serve up to half your time of the stake, you get penalized out of your principal, you know, proportional to how much of the stake you've completed. If you emergency on your stake after you've served 50% of your time, then you get penalized out of the yield. Again, proportional to how much of that time after the halfway mark you've completed. So it's staking with massive consequences, unlike all this other quote unquote TVL, total value locked, that's not actually locked at all, that you can withdraw whenever you want. You know, liquidity providing is called TVL, but in reality, I can pull my liquidity position whenever I want. I just did a couple of days ago because of that bug. No big deal. I'll redeploy it when the new contract is out. But yeah, people don't understand how HEX works, and it really shows. You know, it really shows how many people, especially with this whole stupid EHEX HEX thing, how many people didn't even bother to stake their HEX for the long term, and how many people don't even understand that that's how people are winning in HEX. They're not just buying and holding. A lot of you guys out there are a lot short-term minded than I gave you credit for. So shame. But it's all good. What's going on, guys? I'm feeling way better. I'm never eating White Castle again. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, people rushed in to do liquidity position for the EHEX HEX pair, and effectively they were chasing short-term INC rewards while they were wrecking and destroying their entire bags of HEX because they're emergency ending their stakes. So yeah, that INC reward pair on the liquidity farms on PulseX was pulled, probably, if I had to guess, due to the fact that people were at danger. You know, people were too dumb to realize that they were destroying themselves, and so they probably pulled it to stop people from nuking their entire stack, nuking all their whole bag of HEX. Because both HEXs are going to have value. Both HEXs are going to maintain value. The ratios need to stabilize, and we can see the ratio of EHEX to PHEX stabilizing right now at about somewhere between 0.7 and 0.8 EHEX to HEX. So that's pretty good, actually. I'm kind of bullish on that. I have a short-term stake coming out. I restaked it for, you know, a certain number of time. I'm not going to tell you the days, but yeah, I restaked it because I wanted to see how the liquidity pair would play out. And look, we've got $3.3 million of liquidity on HEX EHEX, and it's been stable. It's been stable for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, a little over a week. Range bound in between 0.75 and 0.85. and that's where it stays, so be it. It might not be 1-to-1, but it might be pretty close. And you bet your ass when EHEX goes up 20% in a day, a lot of people are going to change their tune real quick as to how they feel about it. And a lot of the guys that were psyoping you to dump it down are going to open their longs once fiat.io is out. And then it's back to narrative shift, right? Especially just wait till the arbitrage bots get on board with it too. And they realize that they can hijack the narrative. Guys, if you're just listening to the latest narrative guys on Twitter, social media, people that don't even show their face on social media, you got to be skeptical. All right. You'd be better off deleting the app off of your phone altogether, buying and holding any of the Richard Hart coins, because literally any way into the ecosystem is going to be fine, assuming that liquidity pairs are all bonded together in a month or two. So yeah, you could buy any of the 5. I really kind of prefer the 4, EHEX, PHEX, PulseX, and Pulse. Buy INC if you want. Just going to be honest with you guys, I am not buying INC. I'm actually selling it. If and when I do sell INC token or any token at all, INC is going to be the first one that I choose to sell. Okay, I'm diamond handing my other ones, but INC. Look, maybe I'll feel silly for saying that because maybe there will be a cool use case for INC in the future. But as of right now, if I had to pick one of those coins to not buy and to sell one day, it'd be INC token. So I have a stack of all 5. Obviously, I've been earning INC because of that liquidity position, but not necessarily the most emotionally attached to INC. All 5 are good, and it's a scarcity mindset to think otherwise. You know, different strokes for different folks. Some people like the store of value narrative that HEX provides. Some people like the Pulse Chain Layer 1 narrative. Some people like the PulseX buy and burn because they're just smart enough to understand what buy and burn means. So they just get all hard about that. And a lot of people will still like EHEX because, I mean, it's the original. It's on the Ethereum blockchain, and the Ethereum blockchain is not going anywhere. So I don't understand the absolutist thinking. A lot of you guys out there, it's got to be black or white for you guys. It's either EHEX or PHEX. Pick one. It's so stupid that I'm not even going to address the argument. Okay. You'll just find out. You'll find out in a couple of weeks why you're wrong. So EHEX isn't going anywhere. And quite a few people, especially the big money, the real $1 million whales, are all over on the Ethereum blockchain. Sometimes smart money doesn't like to rush into an unproven blockchain that hasn't only been out for less than a month. Call them crazy, right? Sometimes people don't like to ape into things that just came out 2 weeks ago. So if people want exposure to the ecosystem, they can buy HEX on the Ethereum blockchain. Or guess what? If people do feel like EHEX is underpriced and should be at, a certain 1-to-1 ratio, 0.9-to-1 ratio, well, great. They can also buy EHEX on the Pulse Chain blockchain for cheaper fees. And we've heard Alex hinting at things like potentially adding incentives for people to spend or use their INC token, and even adding incentives for EHEX to do some kind of functionality on the Ethereum blockchain. So, no expectations, but I've heard Alex from Hedron mention a couple things like that. So, if you're dumping your whole bag, and even more importantly, if you're EESing your whole bag of HEX right now, you should feel very silly. You should feel very, very silly. Now that said, I'm still staked on both chains, 100% staked right now. I'll become a little bit more unstaked in a couple of days. I'll think long and hard about liquidity providing, and assuming that we continue to go sideways, again, 0.75 to 0.8. Let's take a look at that chart, shall we? Let me show you guys a little chart. There we are. So if you want to look on the screen and follow along with me, here's what we're looking for, guys. You see all this sideways action? Notice how I'm on the daily chart. I'm not on the 5-minute chart. You freaking Adderall boys, you ADHD boys are on the 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart. You're doing it wrong. Okay. You got to just take life day by day, man. Just take it day by day, month by month, week by week. Anything less than the daily chart, and you're a day trader. Okay. If you're looking at the hour chart and the 15-minute chart, that's what day traders do. And that's how day traders professionally lose money for a living. So don't be like that. Do what works or not. Or don't do what works. Some people do have to learn through experiential knowledge too. And I understand that. Some people have to take heavy losses and really eat shit before they understand what doesn't work. I know I did. But, when I was doing crypto for the first 5 years, there was really nobody to teach me all these things. Only Richard Hart when he came along in 2017, 2016, maybe. Only then was there a voice of reason to be like, oh, and guys, even Richard was opening up BitMEX longs and shorts too. Even Richard Hart himself had to learn by experience too. So just take it from the people that are experienced. A lot of people think that day trading works, options trading. You're going to get sold all kinds of BS courses out there. They're making money on courses telling you how to trade. They're not making money on teaching people how to actually be successful. All right. So yeah, when I see this chart flatline a little bit more, it's gonna be more confidence for me, more conviction for me to go ahead and provide some HEX liquidity. But 8 days of pretty solid sideways, 8 days of nice, good sideways action. You know, I don't do this often, but I'm going to click on the 4-hour chart. It's a lot of sideways candles. Okay. Bouncing around from 0.7 to 0.9. I like that range. I like that range, guys. You know, theoretically, if we stay in this range, I wouldn't even need INC rewards. I wouldn't even need INC rewards, assuming that the LP fees are fixed and I'm making LP fees. I wouldn't really need the rewards to convince me to back the value and hold the value of my HEX and PHEX both up. And that's what I think all bigger players should be doing. Instead of dumping your HEX or PHEX and picking one side, well, if you've got liquid and you don't want to stake it, consider liquidity providing. Maybe not right away. Like I said, I'm going to wait a couple more days, weeks, maybe a month or two. But if we see a big sideways line, that could be a way to, if you don't like HEX anymore, well, at least you can get trading fees from people that do like HEX, because you are not the market. You are one guy in the market, and everyone's got a different opinion. Everyone's got a different entry point, different strokes for different folks. What do I keep saying, right? Different narratives will turn on different people. Okay. And some people are going to prefer the original. Some people one day might look at HEX like the first edition Pokemon card. Okay. I know it's kind of a silly example, but you know, people also make this logical fallacy that technology just lives in a static state, never gets better or worse. Stupid. Shame on you. Dumb way of thinking. It's that black and white absolutist thinking. We need to go all or nothing into this coin. Bro, you're talking about an ecosystem with 4 coins that are all liquidity bonded together. Okay. 5 coins, technically, which means the rising tide lifts all ships. And if you don't understand Hart's Law, if you don't understand how liquidity bonding works, I have a past video. Go look at my video that says Hart's Law explained. Okay. I mean, you guys need a classic, 101 course education. All right. I've got free videos all about it. But yeah, that's what's going to happen, guys. I mean, people are going to have different entry points in. Don't nuke your whole bag just because you heard somebody say something scary on the internet. In fact, it might just be good to step away from the screen for a while. Just step away, come back in a month. BTFD, for people that don't know what BTFD stands for. What does it stand for, guys? Buy the freaking dip is what it stands for. Still want to get monetized. So, stands for BTFD. People that don't have the diamond hands, people that don't have the conviction, they sell the dip. They STFD. You need to BTFD. Be better than that. All right. The dips are pretty good right now. Dips are looking nice and juicy. All right. Let's take a look at, wrapped. Let's take a look at PulseX, right? So PulseX was very volatile. Went up about 14x, but debatably 15x. The first, what was that? Let's go on the daily chart. First week. That was the first week when everyone was trying to rush in and buy into the ecosystem with the bridge problems. And then guess what? 70% dip in the next 9 days. And we've got some recovery today. So look, guys, could go down more, sure. But seems like we came back to, near launch levels, 0.0004, 005, and we rebounded. Now, maybe when the day closes, that'll be enough confirmation for some of you guys to be like, okay, we're back. But really, guys, all you got to ask yourself is this going to be around a year from now? Is the bull market going to come back? Is money going to flood back into the system? Is Jerome Powell going to turn the money printer on? Did they literally just raise the debt ceiling? Did China and Hong Kong literally just introduce a new crypto legalization framework? Did Kanga Exchange in Poland literally just list HEX, PHEX, Pulse, and PulseX at ATMs all throughout the European Union, especially in Poland? Did OKX, the third largest exchange in the world, just choose to list PulseX? I don't know. Maybe go read the news. 7 billion people in Hong Kong are now opened up and enabled to do crypto trading. And when they go to their favorite exchange, OKX, guess what's going to be right there on the front page? PulseChain. And if the Asians buy the shit out of PulseChain, well, guess what? That pumps HEX, EHEX, PulseX, and INC2. So congratulations, guys. If you're not looking at the future 6 months from now, 2 years from now, and if you're just focused on what's happening today, oh no, somebody wrote an article. I didn't like the words in the article. Dump it all. Dump it all and get out. By the time you're reading the news, it's already too late, guys. People look to the news for like why something happened. The news is going to make up whatever reason they're going to make up just to get the clicks, okay? They have no interest in giving you good, sound financial advice, especially when news sources are owned by, different coins, different chains that look at themselves as direct competitors to PulseChain and Ethereum. Now, I don't think we're all competing with each other at all. I think how the people should be looking at this is basically, we're all on the same team. It's crypto versus the Federal Reserve. It's crypto versus the three-letter agencies versus national governments. But we like to get tribal, right? Everyone likes to fight, and you'd be surprised. What's Barry Silbert's company that owns like all the crypto media? Cointelegraph, CoinDesk. Who owns CoinDesk? Digital Currency Group. Digital Currency Group owns one of the largest crypto media outlets out there, and they're gonna talk their bags at the end of the day. CoinMarketCap is going to write an article. Who owns CoinMarketCap? Binance, CZ. They've got their own blockchain going on. I'm sure they might feel a little threatened by the new kid in town. We're literally eating their lunch, so they're scared. They're shaking. They're going to make hit pieces, just like they did for HEX. They just don't like Richard Hart. Okay, they don't like competition. And look, you can buy the FUD. You can buy into the FUD, or you can just ascend. Just be better. Just be better. Hong Kong is only, all right. Snapping it up. That's nice. Am I afraid of a fight internally? Guys, the community fights internally all the time, but sometimes I wonder, how much of the actual community, how much of the actual PulseChain and HEX holders are online on Twitter? I think when we get into Twitter, we get into this little echo chamber. We start to feel like that's the entire world because we're so focused on only what's going on in Twitter. And of a subset of that, it's only the people that we follow, right? You need to realize that the world's a lot bigger than Twitter. And I'd venture to guess maybe 80%, maybe more of the holders, especially the high net worth guys, they're not wasting their time on Twitter. They've got jobs, families, they've got a life. I've got a life, okay? I don't go on Twitter nearly as much as some of these guys. And I still go on it too much. I'm still on Twitter way too much. But when you think about who's actually on Twitter, it's a vocal minority, I believe, of the entire community at large. So I wouldn't get too caught up in the day-to-day. Oh, we're fighting about this thing today. Guess what, guys? 2 weeks from now, everyone's going to forget, and we're going to be fighting about the next thing. We're going to be fighting about, should we be mad at Ethereum now? Guys, we need to be symbiotic with everybody. It's going to go from EHEX, PHEX to like PulseChain versus Ethereum. We're better than Ethereum. Really, people are just picking these dumbass arguments because they have no better way to spend their time. I'll tell you a better way to spend your time. Be a better human being. Go out there, take care of your body, have fun, go party if you're young, do whatever you want. That's still better than wasting your time arguing with nobodies on the internet. But really the best thing to do is onboard new people. If you care about your bags, if you want to pump your bags, you get the word out there like I'm doing now. Like I'm identifying this dip buying opportunity. I'm not saying go buy it, but I'm saying it's right there if you want it. Okay. We dipped. Let's go take a look at the price chart, shall we? Take a look at the little price chart over here. Got a 63% dip on HEX right now. Looks pretty tasty to me. Got a 63% dip on PulseChain right now. It's weirdly identical, right? Weird how that works when liquidity is all bonded together. Isn't it weird how things dip the exact same amount? On PulseX, we have a 61% dip. 61, 63, 63. Now, how much more does it need to dip? Some people think that we're coming out up on the edge of the end of the bear market in the macro scale, right? So money printer go burr, hopefully soon. Okay. Inflation's coming down. Let's talk about macro. So, interest rates, right? They're as high as they've been in a long, long time. Money used to be free for the government, for banks to get from the government. Now they have to pay 5% interest on loans from the Federal Reserve. But Jerome Powell is doing this. He's raising rates to make money more scarce, to make it harder to get money, to contract the inflation rate. Things are going up in price because there's too much money in the ecosystem. So raising interest rates takes money out of the ecosystem. And after about 6 months of this crap, we've actually seen the Truflation data, truflation.com, truflation.com. Pull it up on the screen for you guys. What's it going to be, huh? Moment of truth. Da, da, da. It is 2.9%. Hey, 2.9%. What did I just say? The Federal Reserve wanted to lower it to a target rate of 2%. Okay. They wanted to get the inflation to 2% even. You know what it was 6 months ago? It was about 10%. Some sectors, it was 12%. Some sectors, it was 8%. And the Truflation is the real inflation data by the CPI numbers. That, they're not fudged at all. This is actually Oracle-based data. So 2.9% is looking pretty good. It's gone down pretty heavily in the last year, as you can see. Once we hit that 2% mark, well, it doesn't mean we're going to just go back to 0% interest rates, but we might start to go down a couple notches. We might not see zero for a while, right? We might not see zero for a couple years. I mean, I really don't know if they should ever be zero, but we might see them drop, half a basis point, 1 basis point, 2 basis points. Get ready for it, guys. I mean, all the signs are pointing to favorable outlooks ahead, just short of World War III. I'm not saying green dildo's incoming, but I'm just saying it's kind of the perfect storm. UFO to go. I'm not saying, but if you're picking up what I'm putting down, these things are moving in the right direction. And let's see, you had 10 months to buy HEX at 3 pennies. How many of you guys did that? Now you can buy every Richard Hart coin at 60% off from all-time high, from local highs. Some of them all-time highs for PulseX, 60% off from all-time highs. As the economy is looking better, as worlds are opening up their economies, as regulations become more clear, we're going to have another election cycle in the U.S. So nothing is going to get done in the U.S., which is usually a good thing. There's probably not going to be any crazy regulations passed in the next 2 years, either for or against crypto, because everyone's scrambling just to figure out how to get elected again. So, look, man, I'm not saying. Still 6.8% in Australia. God darn it. Gosh darn it, you Australians. Get it together over there. Okay, so things aren't perfect, right? Things aren't perfect. But, okay, I'm just speaking for the USA, but that's good to know. See, things are not perfect yet, but that's opportunity, isn't it? Opportunity galore. That's right, Bigfoot. Yo, Coffee, the Pulse Tour coming to Europe. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. The Pulse Tour is strictly America, but if you want to talk to Abit, I mean, I think Abit and Hexlion might have some plans in Europe. I know they wanted to do something over there. So it'd be cool if they did. I just haven't heard anything official about that. Pulse Tour will last until the end of 2023, maybe into early 2024 in the US. Coming to a city near you, go to pulsetour.com. If you want to actually meet some Hexicans, some Richard Hart ecosystem people, some guys with big projects coming out, you can meet all these guys at different cities along the way in the tour. All right. It's awesome. Make all the connections you want because there's a lot of good stuff coming up in the ecosystem, guys. A lot of good stuff. Got tons of tools being built. I mean, if you're not bullish about this, let me try to spell it out for you. We've got Hurry Cash. It's a privacy Tornado Cash fork coming to PulseChain. It exists right now. PLSburn.com, the world's best stat site for PulseChain. We've got Fatty.io. It's basically like DBank, but for PulseChain. Your entire history, your entire portfolio, all in one place. Fatty with a PH.io. PHATTY.io. What else from those Fatty guys? You've got Mr. Buck Fiat. He also is doing fiat.io, famous.io. That's an Aave fork, a GMX fork, lending and borrowing decentralized, decentralized leverage trading, and soon to be decentralized liquidity pools called PHUX. So there's a balancer fork coming out. This is all going to be within the next, 2 to 6 months probably. Portal X swap, assuming that the multi-chain bro is not in jail, assuming that the CEO of multi-chain is not in Chinese prison. Portal X swap coming to PulseChain in a couple weeks, most likely. That's just what I hear from the Power City people, okay? This is going to allow anybody on any blockchain to bridge any coin on any blockchain and trade it for any coin on PulseChain. It's any chain, any coin to any chain, any coin. People don't realize how big that is. All roads can now lead into PulseChain. What else we got? Rabby Wallet just accepted PulseChain, just listed PulseChain. Rabby Wallet's a decentralized wallet, but you can actually buy PLS with USD inside the wallet. Rabby.io, RABBY.io. Kanga Exchange, OKX Exchange. I don't like centralized exchanges, but now they're there for you if you want them. Pulse Coin List, PulseChain Token Metrics. It's basically a way for you to check how much your airdrop is currently worth and compare and contrast different tokens. Things are being built all around us. What do we got? The Earn protocol from Power City. We've got Pixel Park. We've got Mintra, some NFT platforms coming in a couple of months. It's only going to be good news after good news after good news for probably the next 2 years for PulseChain. All right. So if you're swayed by the short-term price movement, try to think about all the good stuff we've got in the pipeline. All right. Now, nobody wants to launch their protocol on day one of a blockchain launching. And you got to take a step back and realize we've only been here for 2 weeks. Okay. 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks and like 2 days. And you just think it was going to go up and to the right forever? But yeah, people don't want to take the risk of launching on a brand new blockchain in the first 2 weeks. Okay. You never know what's going to happen. So far, so good with PulseChain itself. The network has had 100% uptime. Minor bugs, minor issues with the bridge being clogged. Now it's not clogged. Minor issues with the fees not getting paid to liquidity providers. Now they're going to get paid. INC was always getting paid. What else have we got, man? We've got so many new protocols coming out. We've got liquid loans. How can I forget liquid loans? That's going to be out in the next 30 to 60 days. So they say. So if you're not seeing what I'm seeing, I'm telling you why I'm so bullish. Okay. Telling you why I'm so bullish. And Power City will use sending token as gas not receiving. And not receiving. Yeah, that's awesome too. Yeah, they're going to allow you for gasless transactions. That's how crypto should be. I like when apps do this. I mean, it requires a relayer from what I understand, but some apps, like Railgun, even like Incognito, privacy solutions on Ethereum, they let you pay the gas fee in the token that you're paying. Like, why the hell should anybody have to buy a third token to trade one token for another? Hey, I want to buy some PulseX using HEX. Okay, you need to go buy Ethereum now, though. It's like, why? It's a terrible user experience, right? So, who is being certain that one version of HEX should be supported over the other is nuts to me, especially if you don't know what you're talking about. Support all if you ask me. Yeah, it just comes from a scarcity mindset. People think that there's not enough money going around and we need to funnel all the money into only these projects. It's funny. All these guys were like single coin maxis, 2 months ago. Now they're faced with a world where you've got 10, 20 coins to pick from. And I like a lot of coins. I probably like about 20 coins right now on the radar, but it's just, like I said, different strokes for different folks. Not everyone's going to get turned on by the same narrative, but as long as they're in the ecosystem and the money can slosh around back and forth, the rising tide lifts all ships. I don't know how much more clear I can make it. Maybe I should redo my Richard Hart's Law video. Maybe I should redo that. That might be good so people understand. Look, let me try to explain it right now, okay? If one hex is worth 1 pulse and 1 pulse is worth 2 PulseX, and the price of PulseX, and let's say people buy up the USD price of PulseX and it doubles in value, and no one ever touches Pulse or Hex. People just double the PLSX price. Well, 1 Hex is still worth 1 Pulse, is still worth 2 PulseX. Meaning, if nobody touched the other 2 coins, they just doubled in price too, because they were primarily paired and priced in terms of the coin PulseX. So if you look at the liquidity positions open right now, if you look at the liquidity pools, let me show you guys this on dexscreener.com. It's very, very deliberate how they're being incentivized. It's very deliberate how they're being set up. I'm going to share with you guys dexscreener.com. our favorite deck screener. Shout out to Deck Screener if you're watching. Thank you for supporting PulseChain. You guys are the best. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back here, back out to PulseChain. All right. The primary liquidity pair is pairing PulseX with Pulse. So basically, you're pricing PulseX in terms of PLS. You're not even getting the US dollar price. And you can toggle this right here, guys. So we can toggle back and forth. So we can toggle between USD dollar value and ratio in terms of the other coin in the pair. Right now, it looks like a PulseX is worth 41% of a PLS. You know, if you could do the inverse of that, and it would make more sense, you know, with whole numbers and stuff. And you've got PLS DAI, PLS USDC, and PLS USDT. The top pairs that are connected to USD only are Pulse to stablecoins. So Pulse is the unit of account. We're making Pulse the unit of account, okay? And you've got INC, but it's not tied to dollars, okay? The easiest, most liquid way for you to get INC is to spend Pulse on it. The easiest way for you to get HEX, the 8th largest liquidity pair on Deck Screener, is to spend Pulse for it, okay? There's not a highly liquid HEX USDC pair on PulseX right now. I mean, there is one, but it's not very liquid. So the most efficient route to get these Richard Heart coins is going through Pulse. And the most efficient route to get Pulse is to go through a stablecoin. All right. And this is assuming that because Pulse will lead the way, at least for the time being, the assumption is that, you know, the money will flow into Pulse and that economic energy will get dispersed over, you know, the second, third, and fourth coins. And EHEX is primarily tied to HEX, so that hitches a ride on HEX's back too. EHEX and PHEX, right? So even look, so the 9th largest liquidity pair, that's Pulse to USDT. Look at the top 10. Ignore these middle two. These are garbage. I'm going to sort by liquidity. That's another tip, guys. Sort by liquidity, not volume, or not number of transactions, because scam coins kind of game that thing, and they fake a bunch of transactions sometimes. And so you could potentially get these lower liquidity coins showing up in the list of top pairs. And I really don't think we should be ranking coins by transaction quantity only. It should be a combination of transaction quantity and liquidity, in my opinion. So you don't just want to, oh, this coin is popular, there's 10,000 transactions. Yeah, but there's $2,000 of liquidity, right? Like no one's able to actually sell or buy that for very much. So you want liquidity and transactions. Both of these together are the metrics that matter. So let's look at the top liquidity pairs, right? PulseX Pulse, HEX Pulse, INC Pulse. HEX and INC and PulseX all priced in PLS terms, okay? That's what we mean. You got INC PulseX. That's interesting, right? Price. One of the other ways to buy INC is using PulseX. So they're backing the value of each other with both Pulse and PulseX. Then you've got the stables, right? PulseX, PLS DAI, PLS USDC, PLS USDT. You've even got ETH PLS making an appearance up at the top, very liquid pair. Okay. That's good for people that want to get onboarded with something familiar from the premier DeFi blockchain, which, let's be honest, right now, it's actually Ethereum. PulseChain is going to make a name for itself, but it's got to live symbiotically with Ethereum. And Ethereum is number one, has been for 7 or 8 years now. You can do the most with Ethereum. All the big players are there. All the blue chip DeFi products are over there. Yeah, we're forking them all. We're taking the good ones and we're putting them over on PulseChain too, but you got to pay your respects to Ethereum, okay? You got to pay your respects to the Ethereum version of HEX as well, which is the 10th largest liquidity pair tied to HEX. And, you know, I cannot wait until the LP fees come back, because I think we're going to see, when I'm looking at my crystal ball, right, I think we're going to see this HEX EHEX pair become a lot more liquid. Back when INC was getting paid out, it was like number 3, okay? The INC rewards got removed from this farm, so it went from 3 to 10. Still one of the most liquid pairs on the entire DEX. So what more do you want, right? I think we can get these numbers up to 10 million, 15 million easily after the bug is fixed, okay? So keep an eye out for that. I'm definitely interested in that as a strategy, but again, only with a little bit of my liquid HEX. I'll probably still be 95% staked, but it is what it is, right? I can't help it. I want to play some liquidity games. But again, I know what I'm doing. I'm a larger holder. I have long-term diamond hands. And if you don't have those things, maybe just don't worry about it, okay? You don't have to play every single game that comes in front of your face. Because, guys, you are going to get shilled so much crap in the next couple of years. people, snakes are going to come out of the woodwork, and they're going to think of anything possible. They're going to come up with all kinds of creative little ways, shisty little ways to lure you into the corners and the alleyways of the internet and say, hey, man, I got some shit coins for you. Just give me a little bit of that sweet, sweet pulse. And then you're going to say, okay, well, I mean, it's got a buy and burn function and it's got a little picture of a dog on it. And some of you guys are going to give away your precious winners to scammers that are just pretending to have a coin that's better. They're going to come up with a meme coin, slap a narrative on it. Oh, it's got buy and burn. It's got staking. And then they own the entire supply, or they rug pull, or, whatever. Rinse, repeat. So a lot of you guys, I mean, it's your first time. I understand. I'm just trying to warn you. It's going to be a lot of shit coinery going on. It's going to be just a bazaar of shit coins at the table, a buffet, if you will. So, yeah, guys. Yeah. Yo, algorithm, look over here. Fake weed for Pulse. Well, what's going on in the chat, guys? I mean, I got about 15, 20 minutes to spend. Look, I don't love looking at dips. I don't love red candles either. But if you see it as a buy opportunity, if you think Pulse can do 100x in 2 years, maybe even 1,000x in 3 years or 4 years, what are you doing? It's right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face. I don't know how much more obvious I can make it. It seems like, and look, I don't have a crystal ball. Someone could be watching this right now. A whale could be watching and be like, haha, that coffee guy's an idiot. And then just dump, market sell, right? What would that be? Just another buying opportunity to DCA into. But it seems to me that the momentum of selling has kind of tapered off temporarily. It's only been a day, but the bleeding has stopped. So, just saying, it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. 300x by next bull, yeah, that's not unreasonable. People, normies are going to hear you say 300x and be like, yeah, right, it must be a scam. Normies also don't realize that 300x isn't just easy, right? It's not just given to you. And these are the hard times. These are the hard times that make you stronger and actually allow you to have that 300x. You got to earn it. Yeah, definitely you can get a 300x, but you got to earn it, right? You got to sit through the dips. You got to look at all the haters. You got to read the articles trying to bash Richard Hart. You got to read all, you don't have to actually. You could just simply not pay attention to any of that. Okay. But, scammers are going to try to scam you. Fudders are going to try to fudge you out. Haters sitting on from the sidelines, armchair quarterbacks that don't even have any skin in the game to begin with are going to try to tell you why your decision is wrong. If you don't have conviction, if you don't believe, if you don't know the value prop of what you're holding, let's talk about the value prop, okay? PulseChain, better Ethereum, cheaper, faster, symbiotic, sharing the load of Ethereum, lowering gas fees on ETH, cheaper, faster Ethereum, okay? PulseX, decentralized exchange token, buys and burns the coin using trading fees, okay? HEX, premier store of value, debatably better than Bitcoin. Haters hate this one, right? Trying to be better than Bitcoin. HEX is trying to be a better store of value than Bitcoin. Pays inflation to stakers to hold the price up instead of paying inflation to miners to sell the price down for electricity costs. Less negative externalities, more volatility, more price performance. In simple terms, PulseChain is a better Ethereum. PulseX is a better Uni. HEX is a better Bitcoin. Now that's a lofty goal, right? Nobody likes the better Bitcoin thing. Oh my God, Bitcoin is the end all be all. It's the beginning and the end. It's the holy grail. Nothing can ever be better than Bitcoin. Well, I mean, HEX kind of outperformed Bitcoin in its first bull cycle in terms of X's. Just saying. Just saying, it went up faster. It also went down harder too. But, again, the volatility is a feature, not a bug. Volatility is the price you pay, and it just gives you one more dip buying opportunity. Guys, if you're buying HEX at 1.5 cents, if you're buying EHEX at 1.3 cents, you're getting it at OG prices. You can snatch up 1 million HEX right now for $13,000. That could be $1 million in the next bull cycle. Something to think about. Not everyone's going to see it that way. That's okay. Plebs are tarding. Pleb tards be tarding. That's right. Man, I remember you from the early days of HEX. You were one of the original YouTubers. Yes, I was, and I'm still here. Why do you think I'm still here? I believe in what I'm saying, guys. I'm not trying to jerk you around. I'm not trying to dump on your heads, okay? I made massive gains with these cryptos. You can too. This is a fresh start. These are all good buys, okay? But if you look at just how far things are down in terms of percentage gains down, EHEX is really at the biggest dip right now. Now, people are going to be like, why would you tell someone to buy EHEX? That's so irresponsible. Guys, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right. They're all down 60%. HEX is down 63%. EHEX is down 65%. Technically, from all-time highs, it's down 99%. So that looks pretty attractive to me. And the gains are made by buying when everyone's not looking. Okay. When there's blood in the streets, when nobody wants to touch it with a 10-foot pole, but you've got conviction, it's not going anywhere. It's an immutable smart contract, never been hacked, triple audited, no admin keys, no backdoors, can't be shut off. Ethereum is going to eventually lower their gas fees. I mean, what more conviction do you need? You got to sell yourself on this stuff before you try to sell anybody else. You really have to be sold yourself. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I've been sold. I've sold myself for a long time, right? Since probably day one, maybe month one. What am I going to say? I had something to say. Yeah, guys, if Bitcoin and Ethereum start pumping, they can do a 10x. We can do an order of magnitude more. Okay. We need Bitcoin and Ethereum to start pumping. Hey, Crypto Coffee, how long have I been trading overall? Well, you must be new here. I don't trade. Okay. Trading is not good for you. I've been holding crypto for 8 years. And for the first 5, I traded. And guess what? I got wrecked. I lost all my money. You need to stop trading. Okay. Trading is not what works. People think crypto is just trading. Like, oh, I'm in crypto. Oh, so you're a trader. No, I'm literally a holder and I'm a shiller. I just hold and I talk about it. Educator, promoter, holder. Those 3. I'm an educator. I'm a promoter. I'm a holder. I'm an influencer. Durr. Not a fucking trader though. Okay. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Jason. All right. Well, guys, you got any questions for me in chat? Are you in it for the tech or the women's? The women's, of course. We're all in it for the women's. We're in it for the money, which really is like saying we're in it for the women's. You know what I mean? PLS burned down for everybody? No, man. Load's fine for me. Works on my computer. Works on my machine. Answer mine serious one, please. I don't know where your question was, bro. Why does my stake bonus total effective hex not equal the actual yield I got? Okay, so the stake bonus, the total effective hex when you're looking on go.hex.com is not the same as your yield. All right, those 2 things are different. Effective hex is not a real number. It just is used for calculating the amount of shares you get. So the effective hex takes into account your bigger pays better bonus and your longer pays better bonus. So when you go to go.hex.com, a lot of people get this wrong. So it's a good question. People think that the effective hex is going to be what you're ending up with at the end of your stake. Okay. So yeah. So you're going to see a number of effective hex, but that's not your yield. Okay. Your effective hex is just used to say, it's as if you were staking this much hex. The amount of T shares that you're getting are calculated this way because it's as if you staked this much hex. Even though you only staked 5,000 hex, your longer pays better bonus made it so that it's as if you're staking 7,000 hex, meaning you get more T shares. But the T shares, more specifically the daily payout per T share per day, is what is how you calculate your actual yield. So if you want to know how much yield you're going to get on a hex stake, you kind of have to do a little bit of calculations. You have to say, how many T shares do I have? So you've got 1 T share. And then what's the average daily payout per T share per day? Let's say it's like 6.4 T shares or whatever, or 6.4 hex, right? So you stake for, let's say, 365 days. Well, you just do days times T share payout per T share per day times T shares. So you just do 365 times 1 T share times 6.5, let's say. So you'd get like an additional 2,300 hex, 2,372. So you got to do a little bit of, rough calculations over there. Okay. What is going on? Yeah, Safe Trade. Safe Trade is listing hex, I guess. I was laughing at Johnny's comment. He said, I don't trust anything that has safe or And it has the word safe in it. Safe moon, safe trade. It's like if they're really trying to convince you they're safe, I don't know if they should need to put it in the title. Hey, Crypto Coffee, love the info. Quick question. Did the PulseChain liquidity pool rewards payout get fixed yet? Nope, not yet. Follow Richard Hart. If you follow Richard Hart, he's going to tell you everything. Okay. I'm sure he'll tell you the minute that it's fixed. On Twitter, that is. Hope to see a big green dildo soon. Yeah, we got a small one. We got a little baby dildo today. But hey, it sure beats waking up to a red candle, doesn't it? The bleeding. Stop the bleeding. Stop the pain. Like and share. Like and share. Yeah, guys. Thanks for coming. 500 people watching. That's awesome. Where can I get PLS from? Well, you can do it the right way, which is the decentralized way, which is you buy Ethereum, or let's just say you buy Ethereum from Coinbase, Kraken, whatever exchange. You send the Ethereum into your MetaMask wallet. MetaMask wallet's a self-custodied wallet, meaning you own your own private keys, you own your own money. And if it's not your keys, not your coins, right? Basically, you need MetaMask as like your bridge, your gateway into the whole DeFi world, the decentralized crypto world. Because Coinbase and Kraken, they're only going to offer you like 20 or 30 coins, only the coins that they like. And also, they could shut you off at any time. They could get hacked at any time. A lot of bad things happen with centralized exchanges. Look at FTX, right? So you buy ETH on centralized exchange, you send it into MetaMask, then you go to pulseramp.com, you bridge your Ethereum from the Ethereum ecosystem into the PulseChain ecosystem, okay? So you've got all your Ethereum sitting on the PulseChain ecosystem now, and then you go to app.pulsex.com and you buy whatever coin you want. You buy Pulse PLS using Ethereum there. Also, I'm going to put a good thing in the chat. ETH2PLS.com. A lot of people are having trouble just getting native gas right away. So for that, you just go to ETH2PLS.com. All right. These guys are giving away for a very small bit of ETH. They're going to send native PLS right to your wallet. And so you just give them for a small fee. It's like a $15 fee or something, $7 gas fee, whatever it is. You send them 0.01 ETH, and they'll give you 33,000 PLS. It's a good exchange rate. But you're going to need that to do anything. Okay. You're going to need to do ETH2PLS.com to just do anything at all, because everything requires gas fees. Right. All right. Guys, I'm coming up on an hour here. Are you excited about any of the new projects launching on PulseChain? Yeah, dude, just scroll back in the channel. I talked about a bunch of new projects. Liquid Loans, Earn Protocol, Hedron, Icosa, Pixel Park, Mintra, Portal X Swap, Hurry Cash. What else? I'm missing something. Oh, yeah. Fatty, Fiat, Famous, Fox, PHUX. It's PHUX, YouTube. Don't ban me. They're going to make me say, they're really going to make me say PHUX. Thanks, guys. We love you long time. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Yeah, just having a chill day, guys. Going to go hop on the boat later. It's going to be fun. Great. Summertime Chicago is the best. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. I'm just trying to make a stream because a lot of people might be freaking out, worried, panicking. Really, I just want to flip the script on everybody. You need to flip the script on yourself. You need to look at dips as buying opportunities if you have conviction in these coins for the long term. Okay, so don't worry. It's par for the course. This is what crypto does. Crypto goes up way higher than you ever thought possible, and it goes down way lower than you ever thought possible. And it really, really messes with your emotions. Tetra is pretty interesting. Yeah, Tetra is pretty cool. It's like an automation tooling platform. So you're going to be able to bridge and swap on PulseX and farm on a pool all in one click, right? Tetra is going to make one-click automations or one-click workflows. Check out tetra.win. All right. Yeah, guys, a lot of stuff to bookmark. It's going to be nothing but good news in the next couple of weeks. Nothing but good news. Ivan on Tech with Crypto 7. Yeah, Ivan on Tech is one of us now. Ivan on Tech is a pulse chainer and a hexagon. He likes them all. Hey, Maddie, thanks for coming. Says, you rock coffee. Can't wait till our meetup in Michigan and Chicago. I'll be at both of them. So July 23rd, you heard it here, guys. Chicago meetup. I'll be there. Your boy, little old coffee, will be there. And then we're going to go drive to Michigan. It's like a 2-hour drive. Not that far. And we're going to hang out with Johnny Chaos as well. So for the OGs, for the real Hexicans and the real Pulsicans that actually want to hang out in real life. No reason to freak out. Keep scooping it up. Yep, that's what I'm saying. You could tell some people it's like their first dip. But welcome to crypto, boys. Welcome to crypto. Got nothing else for you other than that's the way it is, man. You know, you think the gains are going to be easy, but they're a lot harder in hindsight. Hindsight's always 2020. Okay. Hindsight is always 2020. All right. UFO to go. Yacht cruise in Australia. Nice. Sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I loved Australia, man. I lived in Sydney for 5 months. I went to UNSW down there, University of New South Wales. Diamonds are being made. Yes. My sister's boyfriend got me into it. Cool. Yeah. He sounds like a great guy. As long as you're talking about crypto. As long as crypto is what he got you into, not anything else. Welcome to the crypto roller coaster. Yep, just par for the course, guys. Just another day in the life. Look, man, I was getting heated up about all the stuff I was reading online, but I'm just so over it now. I'm just so over it. I'm just like, oh, okay, what is it now, boys? What is it now? What are we mad about this time? Oh, EHEX, PHEX, boring. They're both fucking hex. You're going to learn sooner or later. The farms are going to start working again. People are going to bridge their liquidity. Don't have a scarcity mindset, okay? It's pretty funny, though. It's easy to see who sold their EHEX. People just dump and then they talk their bag, right? They dump their EHEX and they're like, hey, guys, EHEX kind of sucks now, right? They emergency end stake their EHEX to go rush into liquidity providing. Not knowing what they're doing, trying to take short-term gains. Richard pulls the liquidity pool because too many idiots are EESing. And then they're like, oh, guys, we should all totally dump our EHEX, right? EHEX isn't like the real hex. Guys, we've been talking about this too since day one. Like since the PulseChain sacrifice, we've been talking about this scenario. We were always expecting a significant EHEX dump because like you can look up my old live streams. Honestly, somebody should go find a clip of me saying this because I've said it at least like 5 times. I was like, okay, people just watch. It's going to be like a big payday event. For people that don't know what big payday was, there was a big event. Everyone got paid out a certain number of coins. And then we had to wash out the non-believers out of the system because thank you for the sub, Ratchet. Because some people thought after big payday that Hex was just done. It was just dead. Oh, why would anybody want to buy Hex now if you're not getting any big payday money? It was all about the big payday, guys. I mean, now the big payday is gone. What? People are just going to want to stake their Hex? That's so boring. Well, it turns out, yeah. Hex made new all-time highs 2 months later, okay? And those guys had to eat their words. So, same thing is happening now. We always knew, or I had always been predicting, a lot of other people too on YouTube, that some portion of people, when we switch and we have a dual hex ecosystem, some people are going to look at PHEX as the real hex, and they're not going to think EHEX is going to have any value. Now, time will tell, but I believe that in 2 or 3 months, those people are going to be dead wrong, and they're going to regret it. And give it one good green candle on EHEX, guys. Give it one good 30% pump on EHEX. Everyone's going to be coming out of the woodwork. Oh, I always believed in EHEX. I always believed in it. I never said the EHEX was dead. They're going to pretend it never happened, right? And they're going to buy back higher. So if you just hold, chill, stake, do what it was designed to do. Hex was designed to save you from yourself, to protect you from your own emotions. So we're washing out all the non-believers, all the people that think that, you know, PHEX is the real hex now. They're both the same freaking code, okay? Now, they might not be locked 1-to-1. I was always saying that too. They might be locked in at 0.7-to-1, 0.8-to-1, whatever the market decides, okay? But it looks to be pretty steady so far. Now, yeah, a big whale could press the red button whenever they want. But, I mean, we've seen people like Godwhale buying EHEX because I guess a lot of people out there actually believe that it's going to reach some level of parity. Maybe not 1-to-1, but maybe hover around 0.8, 0.9-to-1. We don't really know, okay? I don't know, neither do you. This is really the first time this has been done in crypto history, but if we don't pave the way, like how are other coins going to do the same? We need to be the example, okay? And so far, we're on track to be. We've got $3 million of Hex EHEX liquidity, 8 days of range-bound ratios, range-bound between 0.7 and 0.9. it's all looking pretty good, even without INC rewards. And the EHEX ratio is still pretty range bound, still pretty sideways, still $3 million liquidity. Just wait till the pairs come back. Wait till the LPs start getting paid again. I'm going to probably give it another month, right? I'm not rushing into that, but it's kind of what we've been saying since day one, guys. It's always going to be a washing out phase of the non-believers, all right? And they can continue to non-believe as long as they want. It doesn't matter what other people think because they don't speak for the entire market, okay? Some people might feel more comfortable just buying HEX on Ethereum. Some people might think that they're getting HEX at a deal when they buy EHEX on PulseX. Why should we stop them? If they're all liquidity bonded together, why should we stop anybody from buying any of these 5 coins? They all go up and down together. I'm not going to tell people not to buy any of those 5 coins. Now, I'll tell them maybe I would pick EHEX, HEX, PulseChain, PulseX before I'd pick INC. Maybe. That's like the only thing I'll kind of say. But, you know, INC might probably do really awesome too. Like there's probably going to be these unforeseen use cases that people are going to add into INC that I haven't even, there's no way I can predict. You know what I mean? So need to get over the scarcity mindset. The more routes, the more roads leading into the ecosystem, the better. Specifically, Richard Hart ecosystem. Is it really good when liquid loans starts at a real bottom? It's real good when liquid loan starts at a real bottom in 60 days. Yeah. Yeah. The closer liquid loans can start to a bottom, the more safe it will be to take out a collateralized loan because you want to lock in your loans when prices are low, basically. Now it's going to be advanced. It's going to be one of those things that, again, not a lot of people should be doing, but I'm going to take out a liquid loans loan, a USDL loan, self-collateralized, self-backed, but I want to make sure I'm not doing it at like a local high. Excuse me. Because then price dips 90%, I could get liquidated on myself. Even if I'm 10x collateralized, price goes down 90%, I get screwed, right? Coffee always brings the alpha. Everyone's asked me to turn up, play the guitar. I'm not going to play the guitar right now. I need to go outside. Need to get away from the computer. Plenty for everyone to eat. That's right. No more scarcity mindset, people. Show your ecosystem. Join Team Win. Unless you're a shitcoiner. If you want to go do shitcoining, we got plenty of that on PulseX too. But we're all on the same team here, guys. So to actively go against a coin that would help pump all your bags, to actively limit people and try to get them not to buy something, it's kind of like you're fudding your own bags. It doesn't make any sense. So, you know, you can privately, you can buy certain coins that you like more. Maybe you like PulseX more. Maybe you're not buying HEX at all and all this stuff is stupid. And you're like, excuse me, maybe you're like, why are they talking about HEX? I'm only buying PLS. Well, that's great for you, but you don't need to tell people not to buy PulseX, or you don't need to tell people not to buy HEX just because you want to load up on PulseX only. Because if you realize that no matter where the money's coming in from, it's helping to pump Pulse too. Only shitcoin I'll be buying is Bidet. Yeah, people are coming up with crazy stuff. Sorry, guys. Just had to take a sip of matcha tea. All right, boys and girls. 542 people watching. Smash the like and subscribe. Last chance to ask your questions. So you know my thoughts about the whole thing. I don't know what else I can say, guys. Buy, hold, walk away, come back in 2 years. You'll probably be pretty happy. As a small investor, I don't want to lose my rewards to fees. I don't do farming as it's too risky for my level of understanding. I just want to stake PHEX. There you go. Chris, that's totally fine, man. Stake your PHEX. You'll be totally fine. You know, but it's like, don't stake your PHEX and then go saying, well, PulseX sucks. You know, that's like the people bashing EHEX. They're like, imagine doing that with PulseX. You're like, you're only buying Pulse, and then you're saying, well, don't buy PulseX. Why would you want to buy PulseX, guys? Pulse is where it's at. They're all good. They're all going to pump. Abundance mindset. Long-term holding. That's what wins. Come on, guys. Come on. UFO to go. Thank you for the compliments, man. Thank you very much. Chill day, guys. Chill day. It's Thursday. So for all you weekend warriors out there, hang in there. One more day to the weekend. Hope you're enjoying your 4-day week. Hope you all had a good Memorial Day. Yeah, you have a choice to make right now. Yeah, you could choose all of them. Choose any one you want. Just don't antagonize one. You know what I mean? Choose any one you want. Oh, real quick, 9-inch. Yeah, you can go check out 9-inch. I guess they're having a token sale raise, a sacrifice phase. I'm so tired of the word sacrifice phase, but yeah, 9-inch is going to be a DEX coming to PulseChain, kind of a competing DEX, but yeah, I'm not interested in like trading on there, but it's going to be where all the meme coins go. So, Poo token and PP token and what else? Pulse Doge. They're all going to be trading on 9-inch. So I say it's about time people added a couple more inches to 1-inch. 1-inch is a little too short for my liking. So 9-inch seems like a nice girth. You know what I mean? So check out 9-inch on Twitter if you're looking to invest in a new exchange. I'm not personally. I'm not investing in their exchange, but you can if you want to. You can if you want to. 9-inch makes my 3-inch pretty useless. Yeah, I know. Well, 9-inch is pretty intimidating, guys. 9-inch is a little much. Coffee, stables, PLS, LP. Well, look, it's really risky if you're going to put up stablecoins, stablecoin Pulse LP. If you're going to do that, you need to ask yourself, which coin do you want to end up with more of? Are you looking to buy Pulse in a strategic way? Because if so, your entry point for the liquidity pair really, really matters. Okay. You want to enter the liquidity pair when prices are overshooting and they're really, really high, so that as people are selling their PLS into your USD, you're making more PLS at the expense of having less USD. Now, if you want to dump your PLS, like if you want to offload and get rid of your PLS over the long term, that could be a good way to effectively sell your PLS for USDC. But again, you have to make your entry point at the local lows. So it's really hard to time the market with that, which is why it's really risky. Usually when people are doing a stable PRC20 pair, they want to either get rid of their PRC20 or get rid of their USDC in exchange for the PRC20. So if you're not trying to do either of those things, probably not a good idea. Just saying. Win bottom. I don't know, man. Today seems like a good day. Why not? Why not today? If you are LPing in PLS and PulseX, do you have to redo your LP and stake rewards when it gets fixed? Yep. You just got to withdraw it. It's like 1 or 2 gas fees. It's going to cost you like 50 cents. Do you have to redo your LP and stake it? Yes, you do. You're going to have to switch pools when it's fixed. But according to Richard, you're always going to be, you could still leave your coins on the old pools if you want. But, as a liquidity provider, why wouldn't you want to make more money? Like, I feel like everybody should just switch because more money is better than less money. You know what I mean? So someone says, I love you. Wow. I love you too, I guess. I'm your number one stan. Thanks, bro. I have a stan, you guys. I have a stan. Yeah, it feels like bottom is now. I don't know. Watch somebody dump right after I say the bottom is in, right? I don't like to make calls, but it feels kind of bottomy. There's been a couple of FUD articles. Coin Market Cap wrote a crappy article. Protos wrote a crappy article. If you want to hop on Twitter and tell those guys how you feel, go ahead. But yeah, typically when the haters come out in full force and they proclaim, PulseChain is dead, it's officially dead. Peter McCormick's done it to a T. Peter McCormick has been the bottom signal for like 3 different occasions on HEX. It's beautiful. So when you see a lot of FUD articles coming out from Protos and CoinMarketCap, and you see people basically saying like, ha, I told you so, that's usually a bottom signal because they're just jealous. They hate us because they ain't us. They're mad because they're too proud to admit that they're wrong and just join us. So instead they make a hit piece and they're like, oh, we got him. And then what happens, guys? Up into the moon. Yeah, bottom might not start today or tomorrow or even next week, but give it 3 months and let's see. Give it 3 months. In the meantime, DCA, buy the dip if you want, not financial advice. Did I see the guy who got delivered a pile of real crap? Yeah. Peter McCormick, dude. How funny is that? Somebody literally delivered this man a actual shit in a bag. I really hope it wasn't human poop. I hope it was animal poop or something, but I think Peter McCormick is starting to turn around. Like, he's not being a total dick about it. He's just like, bro, Richard, get a hold of your PulseXs, guys. And seriously, guys, I mean, come on. If you're sending crap to guys in the mail, all right, it's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really funny, but it doesn't necessarily make us look good. So funny prank, but you know, people wonder why we're so crazy, and that's why. You know what I mean? Ethereum is copying Hex's staking method. Ethereum's had staking for a long time, but it's not copying Hex's staking method at all. Yeah, they don't have a share system. Like, Ethereum does it a lot differently, and the APY is not as good. So better APY, better fundamentals, better dynamics, better brand name, better website, better founder, better community, better audits, better security, no admin keys, better use case, value prop. Hex staking is just better than Ethereum staking. Now, Ethereum's a great layer one, but it's not what it's. They're two totally different things. Hex is not trying to be a layer one. Hex is a store of value. It's an app. It's the store of value app that lives on top of a layer one. So, yeah, I wouldn't really compare those two staking methods necessarily. It was his ex-wife. Yeah, it probably was Peter's ex-wife, huh? Disgusting but hilarious. It was pretty funny. I definitely laughed. I chuckled a little bit when I was scrolling through Twitter on the toilet, as usual. Because where else do you check Twitter? Better pizza. Yeah. Better pizza, better use case, Papa John's, better value prop. Win RH. Nobody else considered he's not the real RH. Nope, haven't heard that conspiracy yet. He's not. Is Richard Hart just an AI? Dun dun dun. His hex wife. Can we stake PHEX? Yeah, dude. Go to either go.hex.com, or if you don't like that, I got an app that works better for you. Stake your hex at app. I'm typing this in the chat. app.icosa.pro. So I found that this website for me works a lot better with both PulseChain and Ethereum networks. Okay. Go.hex.com, having a little bit of issues sometimes with switching networks back and forth. App.icosa.pro for me is it's old reliable. It's good old reliable. All right. Someone just asked, is the pool rewards fixed yet or no? No, dude. I just told you. Follow Richard. It's not fixed yet. They've got a fix on testnet, so it's probably going to be fixed either tomorrow or like the day after tomorrow, maybe 3 or 4 days at the most. I don't know. Okay, I'm not on the PulseChain team. Just a fanboy over here. Just a fanboy. Ivan Untech can barely pronounce Ethereum, but he can easily say hex or pulse. Bullish. Yeah, people have a hard time spelling Ethereum too. A lot of people spell it with an I at the end. It's actually a pretty terrible brand name. Ethereum. A lot of people spell it ETHERI IUM. So yeah, love you. Coffee, you're an asset to us all. Thank you, cheeses. Jesus Christ. Elio's Pizza, Hex Cheeses, Hex Jesus, Elio's Pizza. What? That's like too many references at once. Win coffee coin? Never, sir. Not unless I have a really, really good idea. And I have not had a better idea than PulseX, PulseChain, or Hex yet. So if I can't beat them, join them, right? If you can't beat them, join them. So join the winning team, friends. Do you even DeFi, bro? Yeah. Do you even DeFi? If you're not on PulseChain or Ethereum right now, like you don't even DeFi. It's sad. You're a disgrace if you're not on Ethereum or PulseChain. Just kidding. Ivan on meth. Nah, Ivan's pretty chill. Ivan's on coffee, though. Black coffee, no cream. You guys know if you watch him. Always black coffee. INC market cap can go as high as Pulse and PulseX. Well, yeah, it inflates from zero. So it has a really low market cap right now because it's literally started at zero supply. So if you like the fair launch narrative, that's another thing, right? Some people, they might not like the origin address narrative. Well, for those people, you got INC token. No pre-mine, no origin address. Nobody has more coins than you. Some people get really jealous when someone has more coins than them, even if that person never sells and is the most diamond hand of everybody. Some people, for whatever reason, they get all butthurt about that. Even though centralization works in business, it works in life, works in 90% of everything ever. Centralized ownership, right? People conflate the two. Centralized from a technical perspective is different than centralized ownership. PulseChain's got 20,000 nodes, okay? If you try to shut down every node at the same time, it's nearly impossible. It's geographically impossible. You can't knock on everyone's door in Australia, New Zealand, UK, Ireland, US, Canada, India, China. You can't just shut down everyone's single node at the same time. But centralized coin ownership happens in every coin. And the top 1,000 Bitcoin holders own 90% of the coins. The top 100 BNB holders own 99% of the coins. And that works because a lot of those guys have diamond hands. You know, it's ironic. The bigger a holder you are of something, the less you need to dump it. And the more you're incentivized to see the project do well. People don't understand this. So they just think, oh, well, if I had that many coins, I would just dump the money and run. Yeah, that's because you're a pleb. And that's why you don't have that many coins. And that's why you'll never have that many coins. The reason you'll never be rich is because you think exactly like that. So a lot of plebs get mad when the origin address has a lot of coins because they project their own insecurities and shortcomings. And they think, well, if I had those coins, I would dump them. So I'm scared. That's such a big risk. Why would I join a coin where that's such a gamble that someone could just dump those coins at any moment? It's like, okay, bro. Satoshi can dump all his coins at any moment. Charlie Lee could have dumped all of his Litecoin at any moment. Oh, wait, he did. Name any founder. They all own a shit ton of coins. And half of them have actually dumped it. So, but this comment right here is pretty good because if you care about that origin address narrative, if you don't like the origin address, if it's bad, origin address is icky, well, you got INC. Congratulations. INC has a quote unquote fair launch, which is a stupid term, but Shiba dumped. Yeah, Shiba holder dumped. Just name your founder. I'll tell you where he dumped. Point to the chart. Show me where the chart hurt you. I'm tired of these morons. Coffee I'm messaging. Yeah. I got it all out of my system yesterday. Got nothing left. I got no more anger left in me. Nothing but love for everybody in the community. I wish you all the maddest of gains. Vitalik dumped on everyone. Yes, he did. Ink could literally be $1,000. I mean, easily. Look what happened to Quick Token on QuickSwap. Go to Polygon Network. One of their premier decks is QuickSwap. I think it went from like 50 cents to like $2,000 in the bull market. So yeah, they're higher digits, right? Not as much room for unit bias, but it's possible to see a 4-digit INC. Definitely possible. And again, I'm not buying INC. Okay. I'm buying the other 4. I'm not personally buying INC. Again, one last time. When it comes time to sell, I will be selling INC before my other 4 tokens. Okay. In the bull market, peak of the bull market, INC is probably going to be the first thing I get rid of, but it doesn't mean it can pump hard AF. Okay. It can still pump super duper hard. What else we got? I think that's it for today. Guys, everybody watching, thank you so much. Yesterday was epic with RH Max. Yesterday was okay because I just learned that I need to get a pop filter on that mic. I'm going to start using this Rode mic when I go, when I'm not at my desk. This bad boy right here. This mic is way better than the other mic I was using the other day. It's got a pop filter. Yeah, Rode is an Australian company. They make amazing products. This is only a $100 USB mic, $130. This one right here is $400. Plus, you got to buy the sound card, the monitors, the stand. The whole setup for this Shure mic Guys, this is like the Joe Rogan mic, but it costs, with all the equipment, probably costs like $600-700, right? This bad boy right here, $130. So if you want to get started streaming and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, this is going to make your voice real smooth and buttery for a fraction of the price. No, this is not a paid advertisement. Richard was compromised by his brother. Yeah, right. That's so funny, though. How funny is that Richard's brother thing? He's got to be cosplaying. Like, he's got to be trolling. There's no way that guy actually thinks he's Richard's brother. Come on. Come on. All right. All right, guys. I'll come at you more caffeinated next time. But thanks. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.